language, I've studied the culture. I went to every museum, I visited a new Dutch village every week. I've been to villages where a lot of Dutch people haven't been. I learned all the lullabies, I learned all the children's songs, name it, I can cook every meal. And so, I'm like, I studied anthropology in Africa, and here am I studying international business management, and somebody told me, oh, but you have to study nursing. I was like, okay, my mom is a midwife, let me do midwifery. So I went for midwifery, and I was told, no, it's loading, it's balloting, you can't just get in. I was like, okay, let me manage and go to the nursing there. And I went there, I was told, no, you didn't have this straight out of Bay from Africa, it's a different system. So I was like, okay, so I can't even study that too. But you know, you have to have that mindset that tells you that whatever you want to do, you should do it, even if it takes a longer route. Bet you I went back to high school. I went back to high school level. I went back and even went down up to MBO level 4. For somebody who had been to university, graduated in Africa and sat in the business school here, just to make sure I have the basic to get hired to get into the degree in nursing program. So I went 4 years back in my life in order to move forward. But I was doing this because I wanted to be new to the job market. I wanted to be able to have something to fall back when I go into business or whatever and things doesn't work. Backup plan. Every entrepreneur should have one. Because there are times where your business can fail and you will need to fall back to something in order to recover. I think after my degree in nursing, I quickly specialized in ICU nurse, intensive care unit. I went for specialty. And on a very beautiful day, I was just having my time, and the doctor woke up to me and said, oh, I have received grants from the government to do research at the University of Leiden. And you speak French, you speak perfect English, you speak Dutch, and you're very good with hematology, can you come with me? The way you work, the way you present yourself, the integrity you carry will open doors for you without you struggling to look for jobs. Each time you have to work too hard to open doors, go back and work more on yourself. Because the truth is that from the Christians here, when they say goodness and mercy follows you, it didn't say you chase it. You know? So that is how she removed me from the nursing floor of the ICU. She removed me to the University of Leiden as a research nurse with her. She paid for my master's study as epidemiology at the University of Amsterdam. She trained me in clinical research, and one day I got a call from the pharmaceutical industry. We saw your profile on LinkedIn, can you come over? And I went to her like, oh, they called me. She was like, no, go. I cannot pay you anymore. You've outgrown this space, go. And if you need recommendation, ask me. And then was I the first black girl for me in a big pharmaceutical company with a huge service car and all the travels in the world, and I was like, what has just happened to me in the past few years? So that you see, the plan you have for now should be able to go along with you throughout life. So your vision is very important. I had sat down to think, I've decided to live in the Netherlands. I know I would love to own my own business. But what would happen if business doesn't work? What do I fall back to? Patience is also very important. To put in a 4-year degree program as a backup plan is a big backup plan. And so when I was in the pharmaceutical, I grew very quickly. I think within 4 years, I was already clinical trial manager for Europe and global. And then I had to hire somebody, a consultant. And this person came in, and this person charged in front of me, whooping 150 euros per hour. I was like, where do you come from? So I went home and I was like, how come she comes and charges that? Sure, she was making 1,500 a day, and I'm sitting here on my ass. What am I doing? So I think within a week I registered a company at the Chambers of Commerce. So I started my journey when I opened my own pharmaceutical consulting company about 4 years ago. I don't want to believe the exponential growth I experienced. I literally bought a land and built my own house in the Netherlands. And everything became different for me. And nonetheless, because I'm a teenage mother, it has always been my desire to help teenage mothers. You know, I come from a culture where you're either rejected, top down, and it's like you don't have class, you don't have style, and either you are a second hand to begin with. So I was on a mission to prove that teenage mothers can be first hand. You can be educated, elegant, and sassy, and your past should not hold you back. So 9 years ago, I started the Blinker Foundation. We are very well known in the Netherlands, and we're 9 years old now. We have an AMBI status, so if you donate to us, you can deduct it from the tax, because we have approval from the tax system that we are very good and we don't toy around with your money. I have been able, through my foundation, to provide at least sexual reproductive health education to at least 5,000 children in Africa. And I just came back from Ghana in November to graduate in teenage. So what I wanted to talk about the opportunities when it comes to entrepreneurship. The opportunities are your life's history. I've heard everybody here, and I was looking at my notes at the beginning time when Rani was speaking. I was like, oh, okay, he said it all already. What can I say anymore? You know, your opportunities are just around you. You are your biggest opportunity. What are you lacking as a diasporan that you think if you bring, it will improve your life? You're not the only one lacking that. Some of those ideas can literally be small. You know, it just came into your mind. Actually, I went to a training a few days ago, and this guy was just a reanimation resuscitation training. I do it every year just to be fresh. And I sat there and I was like, but I used to be called to give sexual reproductive health education to secondary schools. My foundation does that to generate income. And we just wait till we are called. And I was like, hell no, after today I'm starting a full program and launching it in the whole country. This guy is doing this, money is sleeping behind me. So sometimes you go far and wide to look for ideas, but all around you there are opportunities for you to take advantage of. You know? So don't wait or don't think for some kind of sophisticated idea. If you solve the most smallest problem, you can generate income out of it. So when we talk about opportunities, I would say look around you, first of all, you know. And secondly, what I really want to emphasize about is the smartness of our minds. It's very interesting to want to be an entrepreneur, but you cannot have a lazy mind. How many books did you read this month? Are you current about the news, what is happening around, also in the financial market? Are you registered in the Forbes magazine? What do you do? Preparedness, when they say opportunity meets preparation, how are you prepared? Because you want an opportunity to come now and you say, oh yeah, if I'd finished that course, I could have just jumped into this opportunity. While you are anticipating, do everything you need to do so that you are ready when the opportunity presents itself. How are you about your health? Do you do those walks? Do you eat healthy? Do you drink healthy? Are you disciplined? Or are you just sitting and watching Netflix the whole evening when you could read a book? Those are very small things. The mindset you carry, the energy you carry as a woman vibrates you to where you want to go. You can tell me everything you want to tell me. The way you sit, the way you speak, the way you present, I already know and I can indicate where you're going to. So we should not ignore those little lessons and always think about the biggest thing. I must be honest with you, I actually took lessons how to sit. I took lessons how to eat. I took one lessons how to communicate when I'm in big pharmaceutical dinners. Oh yes, they'll say, oh, about wine, ask Cecilia. Yes, she's an African girl. I'll tell you every wine, every year, which was the good year. There are skills you have to learn as an entrepreneur so that you are ready. Except you want to have meetings in McDonald's, but if you want to have your meetings in Farm and you want to see the meeting, you have to be able to talk the qualifiers. So you have to talk the line, you have to talk the first course, you have to talk the second course. There are many things that you impress somebody to invest in your business. Because the way you carry yourself, the way you present yourself, what you eat, what you wear is all of you. So when they talked about opportunity, I was more like, I can go into the CBS and the Dutch statistics and whatever and tell you what opportunities are out there. They will all have a phone. And I think why you are here is not because there are no opportunities or you don't know about them, it's the preparedness of your mind. Yeah? And the steps you have to take. I think Riley also touched that. I'm being warned of the time behind there. Riley touched the steps you have to take. Look around you. Who do you have around you? Who can you work with? What do you have around you? From the Christians amongst us, I think literally God said to Moses, what do you have in your hand? Because when there is nothing in your hand, you cannot work with anything. What do you have in your hand, you know? And the requirements, I think the requirement of every entrepreneur is your mindset. It's your mindset. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you scared? How badly do you want it? What are you prepared to lose? Who are you supposed to become in order to have what you want to have? You cannot be an entrepreneur and be the same person you were in the village, you know. You cannot keep the same friends that you kept, right? So you have to also change your network and hang around people who are disciplined, people who hold you accountable, people who make things happen for you. I think 20 minutes is very short. She waved me so I know my time is up. But you can look me up on Amazon. My TED book just came out. I literally wrote this in Dutch. It's 366 pages of my life, of how I got to the Netherlands. And I would love to hook up with you for some tech opportunities in telemedicine. That was my second master's on it. And thank you very much for having me. God bless you.